We about to dress the culture. Go tell a friend. We about to dress the culture, We about
Brick by brick, you get your boy Big Wall, and this is Address the Culture. And we are back with another dope episode. We got somebody, man, that's been grinding in the game for a long time, man. Some might say R&B is dead, but with artists like this here, I beg to differ. You know what I'm saying? He's a songwriter, he's a singer, he's a producer, he's just all around hustler. The one, the only, Mr. Mookie Tolliver. Welcome to the culture, bro. How you doing, man?
Much appreciated. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed, young king. I'm blessed, man.
Yeah, man. Like I say, man, here on this platform, man, we like to shine light and bring awareness to artists and people like yourself who've been, doing it for a while, man, and add to the culture, man. Because we both know in this game, you don't get a lot of flowers, man. It's a hard journey on the way to the top, man. And the stories that has unfolded along the way can really motivate people. So I just had to bring you on the culture, man, and get to know you, man. Tell your story.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that. I really appreciate that, man.
And you already know, man. So first thing I want to ask you, man, who is Mookie Tolliver?
Mookie Tolliver, man. Mookie Tolliver is someone who is like very genuine, strategic, strong-minded, and just creative.
Yeah.
It's just basically defines who I am just as an individual.
Yeah.
And it's also Mookie Tolliver is something that I just cherish it. Tolliver is my real last name. Mookie is my nickname. My mom gave me. He passed away when I was 9, and I cherish the name Mookie. So it's like it's valuable to me. So everything to me.
Yeah. When mom give you that name, you know what I mean, and it stick with you, it come with a level of substance. You know what I mean? That's a fact. So when you put it all together, man, who inspires you to make the music that you make?
Who inspired me? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I listened to a little Michael Jackson, but at the time, when I was growing up, I really can't too much, be like everybody else. Like, oh, Mike inspired me. He had a little impact, but just me growing up and just listening to the music that I was listening to, I grew up on the 90s R&B, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I grew up on the Case, I grew up on the Drew Hill, I grew up on the Cisco, I grew up on the Avant, the Ushers. And now in today's era, I listen to Lucky Day, I listen to Sir, Brent Faiyaz, a lot of Eric Bellinger. So it's a plethora of different type of artists with different creative control. Also Tank as well and Neo. So I really can't just sit up here and lie and just say Mike inspired me. He just had a impact on me.
Yeah. I can dig it, man. That sounds like a melting pot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of legendary artists' names that you drop. You know what I'm saying? And I hear it in your music, bro. You definitely got a dope sound, and it sounds like that 90s R&B, that feel, but it got the new twist to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can definitely tell that you inspired. And for me, you know what I'm saying? I dig the R&B. You know what I'm saying? I can go back to the Motown era to now. You feel me? So with that being said, the 90s era was dope. It was a special year. I mean, a decade for R&B. So it's a lot of artists tapping into it, man. But you do it on a different type of level, man. Salute. So with all that being said, how would you describe the music that you create?
The music that I create is, now it's unisex. I create music that people can relate to, and it can be dedicated to a male or a female. So I've grown as an artist to not use the word girl. I use the word boy unless it's like a particular type of song. I want it to just be dedicated to anybody. And because I write relatable music, things that I've been through are things that I know that other people actually been through. So relatable is very, very like one of the keys to my music. How I basically describe it.
Yeah, yeah, that's dope. So when you get in there, and you know, you in the when you get in the studio, everybody got their rituals. You know what I'm saying? When you get in there, what's your creative process like?
My creative process, I really too much don't have one. Like
Okay.
I don't actually have a method, you know. I kind of just rehearse. I kind of go over everything, and once I get there, I'm just kind of waiting until the whole setup is basically clear for me to actually get in the booth and just do what I have to do. But I never really thought about actually having any type of ritual or anything.
Okay. Okay. When you record, like, what's your process like? Are you lay your backdrops? Do you do your own back vocals? Are you, you know what I mean? Are you a stacker? Do you sing it up?
So
And when you in your bag, you know what I mean?
yeah. So I basically with me, I always start off with the first verse. My vocals came a long way, and now I'm starting to learn songs that actually just fit me. You know, that's suitable
Mm,
where it doesn't seem like I have to struggle or anything.
mm-hmm.
So a lot of my songs are very much one take. I'm very creative when it comes to me doing like my backgrounds as I'm recording. I hear harmony, so I'm kind of quick like, hey, go
Yeah,
back, go back, go back. Hey, let me punch
yeah,
this in right quick. Oh, let me punch
yeah,
this. So it's kind of like I'm very creative, and I'm kind of just like, I bet. I'm straight to it, you know, afterwards.
yeah,
So I won't forget whatever, you know, melody or harmonies that I actually hear in my head. So yeah, that's kind of one thing I like to just do one track. Um, yeah, one track and just some harmonies in the background, just so
yeah,
it can give it that real raw, like emotional feeling.
yeah. That's dope. That's dope. Okay. Now, when you putting it all together, you know what I mean. I know it's a lot of artists, like you said, inspire you. But when you start thinking about your sound and and the style that you've created for yourself, when you think about other artists, who would you think you would be most likely to collab with?
Um, I will most likely like to collab with well, it'd be Sammy, of course. I
Okay,
think our styles are very similar to a certain aspect.
okay,
As well as Lucky Day.
okay.
I can hear a lot of Lucky Day. Some of my music in the past was like equivalent to like a couple Trey Songz records.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, who else can I say? Probably like a Brent Fayez too. I listen to him a lot, and Eric Bellinger. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have like those type of styles mixed with a little bit of like D'Angelo and Maxwell up in there because of my falsettos.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. At least one of them has already been fulfilled. Sammy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The joint you got with Sammy, which is crazy. You know what
appreciate
I'm
it.
saying? Yeah, man. Shout out to you, bro. Super dope joint. Tell me a little bit about that, and how you put it together, and what made you wanted to again pick Sammy to collab with.
Appreciate it. Shout out to my boy Real Noise Inc. for actually producing the record. He also co-wrote the record too as well. I've always been the type of artist where I do my homework on artists that are like kind of a little above the tier like that I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just constantly on YouTube doing my homework. And there
Mm-hmm.
was an artist on there. He had a song with Lloyd. And I'm like, man, I never heard of this guy, but he got a song with Lloyd. So I'm like,
Yeah,
well, you
yeah.
know what? If he can do something with Lloyd, I can probably find somebody to do something with. So I was still listening to Sammy, you know, even though Sammy wasn't like major anymore, I was still listening to Sammy. So I'm like,
Yeah,
you know what? Let me hit bro up and see what's up. So
yeah.
at that time, I didn't have like a team or nothing. I didn't have any financial backing, so I contacted them. Like I believe like in October 2017, I
Mm-hmm.
gave them a rundown of what I needed and what was the price, and I let them know like, hey, I work some amount of hours just to fulfill the needs.
Mm-hmm.
And like, okay, cool. So I ended up doing that. But the crazy thing about it was when I went to Real to get some beats, I actually had two different beats for Sammy. And
Okay.
Real actually played the WYD record. And he was
Okay.
like, yeah, this is something that I'm working on, but I haven't finished it yet. And I'm like, man, that's hard. So then I left. Yeah, so I left and I called my homies on three-way like, bro,
Yo.
scratch that record that we had. Like I was like, scratch. I said, scratch the 2 beats that we just got. I said, we need to call Real and we need to get that record from him.
Immediately.
My partner like, man, you can't do that. That's his record. I said, bro, he said he been sitting on it and he haven't finished it.
Yo.
So I'm like, that's the perfect joint.
Yeah.
So I hit him up. He was like, oh no, man, that's my baby, man. Oh no. I said, but you ain't doing that with it. So it kind of took a little more persuading.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks after that, he was like, man, go ahead and come and get it, man. He was like, go ahead and come and get it.
You wore him down. You wore him down. Like, yo, hey, I got to have this one. You feel me?
It was a must, you know. And you know, I was working hard at work, putting in 14-hour shifts and stuff like that. And I hit him up like, yo, I got the money. You know, I shot over the deposit. And then it was like one day I was gonna go on a date. I was on my way to St. Louis. And all of a sudden I get a bing, I get an email. I'm like, okay. So I press play and then I heard him on that joint. And I kind of got teary because I'm just like, hold on, there's somebody that I grew up listening to and idolizing. And this person is actually on the same record as me.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, he did way more than what he was supposed to do because he said he was fucking with the record. So
he murdered it. Like y'all both killed it. Like you can tell when an artist get a track and they really like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they like go in, bro. Like I know you damn near probably had to pull over, damn near swerve this shit when you first heard that. Like, yo, like that's the best feeling in the world. You know what I'm saying? When you started from the bottom, you know what I'm saying, to having songs in your head and you put it out, and then you get to the point where you actually working with people that you looked up to who inspired you to make that music, man. Like it's the dopest feeling in the world. You know what I'm saying?
I couldn't, man. I was just like,
yo,
this is crazy. I was like, I was like, it's over with now.
Yeah, we gone. What did you say? That's a fact, bro. Super dope. So with all that being said, if you could share the stage with any artist in the world, dead or alive, we gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? You know the vibes, 80, 90,000, arena packed, everybody put their lights up, cell phones in the air, lights, you know the vibes. If you could do this with any artist in the world, bro, who would you share the stage with, man?
I probably have to have 5.
Give me 5 of them. Talk your shit.
It'd have to be James Brown because of that energy.
Okay.
Mike, of course. The Temptations. Chris Brown.
Hold on. Slow down. You said James Brown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who else?
Michael Jackson.
Okay.
The Temptations. I had to put Chris Brown up there.
Chris Breezy.
And one more person, Bobby Brown.
The King of R&B. The King of R&B. Okay. Hey, that's all soulful, bruh. Like, that's all soul, man. Like, that's dope, bruh. That's dope. And like, that's a dope list. You can't go with any one of them. Like, all of those artists, I'm personally definitely a fan of. You know what I'm saying? And they all legends in their right. That's a dope list, man. So what we gonna do now, we gonna take a break for our sponsors. Shout out the network queen, DJ Domino, the Big Gas Tour. We out here doing big things, and we gonna be right back with the homie, Mookie Tolliver.
Check out that fire, Gucci Fendi, counting up this motherfucking money in the sauna. If we stand around, it's guaranteed that you can find it. Everybody running around and holding up their lighters. I got that fire, Gucci Fendi, counting up this motherfucking money in the sauna. If we stand around, it's guaranteed that you can find it. Everybody running around and holding up their lighters. Pour the drink in my double cup.
Yo, Yo, it's your boy Big Wall, and this is Address the Culture, and we back with the homie. You already know, Mr. Mookie Tolliver. How you doing, dog? We back at it, man. Like you know what it is, man. Like in this game, the internet has become very important when it comes to this music industry, man. Some say for good and some say for bad, man. But when you think about it, how do you feel the music industry has? How do you feel the internet has impacted the music industry?
I believe it made it a lot more easier for artists to display their talent. It's just an open market to the point where you really don't need any record labels. If you want like a real major push, then yeah, of course you need it like major like radio play, etc. But if you somebody who just kind of content with like the budget, like with like the finances that you're currently making, with the music, it's like YouTube, all these other outlets. You have DistroKid, you got United Masters, you got TuneCore, so it's like they are like the record labels for you. You're just doing the work yourself. I mean, the process is a lot slower, but at the same time, you see more results. You actually physically see your results, and you'll be more proud of what you're accomplishing. What you're accomplishing because of you kind of doing it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's like social media plays a big part because you can become a celebrity overnight just like that.
Yeah. That's a fact. So with that being said, along your career, I know you done had a lot of trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? When you think back, what was some of the best advice you've ever been given?
Some of the best advice that I have been given is to just stay true to myself. Just always remain humble and bounce back from the no's, because you're going to get a bunch of no's. So just learn how to just take that in, indulge into constructive criticism. And, once I learn all of that stuff, I'll be fine. So that's something that I learned.
No. Could you repeat that again for me, Mookie?
Yeah. So I was basically saying that me just staying true to myself, always remaining humble, and just understanding that everybody's not going to like your music. So you have to be able to indulge into constructive criticism, and that's fine, because some of the best artists that you think that makes the best songs is people that dislike those too as well. So, everybody's not going to be a fan. And something that I learned personally myself is, and I always tell like artists that ask me for advice, I always tell them, like, look, you got to deal with like, it's 4 to 5 type of people you got to deal with. I'm like, the first person, you got your diehard supporters. They go support you no matter what. I said, number 2, I said, you got people, they just like you just for who you are. They may not be a fan of your music, but they just want to see you make it because they know the person that you are.
Yeah.
I'm like, number 3, you got moochers. They only go come around when it's something that's benefiting them. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, then you just got your family, your support system, who's gonna be that heartbeat, to whatever you got going on. So, you just have to learn how to identify and be able to control your emotions through each section of people. Because sometimes you gonna have to deal with the mooches, because at the end of the day, y'all could benefit from each other to a certain standpoint. So you just gotta learn how to separate your emotions.
Yeah, you said you don't have to deal with the moochers?
No, I was saying sometimes you may have to, because y'all could benefit off each other,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. You'll be surprised on how sometimes you can have to deal with somebody just for a certain season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they might not be along with you for the long ride, but for that season, they serve their purpose. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all business.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's super dope, man. If you could change something about the game, what would you change?
What would I change? Man, okay, the attention span. because the attention span is like, man, it's crazy because it's like you can put a project out and then 3 weeks after that they want something else. You just like, whoa, like I wasted, like, I just put 3 to 6 months into this project and I put my blood, sweat, and tears in just to keep y'all occupied. Now y'all that ran that dry, y'all want something else. Like, y'all don't realize this take a lot of money to do all this other type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the attention span. People just like, nah. I need something new. I need something new. Drop this, drop that. So it's just like, dang, I mean, I'm not against like dropping music, rapidly, but I'm just saying it's just the attention span is just too low now.
That's a fact, bro. It feel like it's a what have you done for me lately kind of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's the microwave age, instant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want it, and not only do they want it fast, they want to know everything about you. You know what I mean? What's going on with you? What's not going to, like? It's a whole different spectrum of celebrity these days.
Yeah,
you really got to give them your all, and that's a fact. Right. So with that being said, if you could go back and give young Mookie Tolliver some advice, what would you tell him, man?
I would actually tell young Mookie Tolliver that deal that he had when he was like in high school, that he surpassed. I would probably tell him he should have took it because, despite me being like 16, 17, I now understand that I would have been under artist development for probably 2 to 3 years, and then I would have came out as an artist. They would have built me up. They would have got me vocal lessons. I'd have probably been doing dance classes. They would have built me they would have made me reach my full potential.
Yeah.
But me not knowing at a young age and not having any type of manager or guidance, I was just like, nah. So that's kind of something I kind of dwell on from time to time.
That's kind of crazy too, because you would think at that time that was everybody was looking for a deal. Like that was a time when people were getting deals, and deals were like a big deal. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? You live and you learn, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at you now. You've learned more. You've grown as an artist, man. And it ain't nothing like doing it from the bottom up, self-made. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Super dope. What would you say to the people who have supported you? Your A1s, your day ones, the people who've been there through the ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? What message would you like to tell them, man?
Man, I mean, his words really can't describe how appreciative I am, them. So it's like I always like try to send them a random text and stuff like that, let them know like, look, man, I really appreciate you guys, because it's like you have to understand as a person that your friends and your family members, they don't have the same passion as you, so you can't get upset if they're not supporting you, to the full potential, or if they're not putting money in your pockets and stuff like that. But it's like, for me, luckily I have a circle of people who actually believe in me and who's actually willing to go the extra mile for me, and I really appreciate it. My diehard fans, I really appreciate it too as well. I try my best to communicate with everybody as possible. I remember people to my best abilities. I really do. I went somewhere the other day and there was a girl who was like, "Oh, I bet you don't even remember who I am." I was like, "I do remember you because you came to my show one time and whoop you whoop." So I mean, and I think stuff like that it makes them feel better, which makes you feel better as an artist, and that's something that they can down the line when you do make it to be on the rip, like, man, he was a cool dude. He still remember me to this day. So they respect you as a person, and I respect everybody who've been supporting me. So I 1,000% thank you guys so much. And only way is up, and we're gonna continue to trend up. You feel me? So yeah.
That's dope. So we finna do this for them, your supporters, the people who've been holding you down. We're going to do something I like to call rapid fire. We're doing it for the culture. I'm going to shoot you with some questions to give people a little bit more insight on who Mookie Tolliver is. You want to do it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go. The first thing I do or think when I wake up in the morning is.
Today gonna be a long day. No, for real, that's kind of like my first thought. It's like today's gonna be a long day, but it's gonna be productive. But brush my teeth and check my phone. That's
okay. That's what's up. Hot or cold?
Hot.
Okay. Favorite restaurant?
54th Street.
Chicken, steak, or fish?
Steak.
Favorite pair of shoes of all times?
I have to say my pink Chelsea boots.
All right, talk your shit. Okay. If you were stuck on a desert island for a year and only could take 3 albums with you, which albums you take?
3 albums? Woo.
Yeah.
Man. Jesus. Oh man, that's crazy. Well, I'm gonna take my album.
Yeah, as you should.
So that's one. That's my first album ever.
Okay.
I'm going to take. Dang, who? Jeez, I was just listening to somebody's album the other day, and I was just listening to the whole thing. I'm gonna have to go with B2K, man. I was a big B2K fan back.
Okay. Yeah.
I had to take a B2K album.
That Gotta Be joint was crazy.
Yeah, and that's the album I'm talking about.
Yeah, I already know. I already know.
Man, the third album. It's crazy. I'm gonna have to put some rap up in there, but
all right.
Jeez, that's kind of crazy. Cause I'm an NBA YoungBoy fan.
Okay.
So I'll probably have to say one of the NBA YoungBoy albums too.
All right, shout out to NBA YoungBoy. He made the list. You know what I'm saying? Favorite drink?
Favorite drink, beverage or
whatever your favorite drink is.
All right. Well, I'm not a soda drinker, so I'm a juice type of guy. So I really like fruit punch or something like that.
All right, okay. Favorite sports team?
I'm a Carmelo Anthony fan till I die, so I'm gonna have to go with Portland Blazers.
Oh, it's been rough for you. It's been rough for you over the years, huh?
Yeah. I've been a fan since high school, since he was in high school. So, yeah.
It's been rough for you, man. Shout out to LeBron, man. You know what I'm saying? we know what it is. Shout out to the whole team.
Yeah, that no love lost, no love lost.
All right. Weekends or weekdays?
Weekends.
Okay. How many times a day do you think about sex?
Oof. At least about 2 or 3. I'd say about 2 or 3. Cause I'm.
All right. I can dig it. You know what I'm talking about? If you had one superpower, what would it be?
Superpower. Is to make stuff appear at the snap of my finger.
Instant, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be a lot of things changing real quick, huh?
Yeah.
I can dig it. Okay. I'm gonna start the sentence and I want you to finish it, okay?
All right.
My name is Mookie Tolliver, and I am a
young black man who's very driven and blessed. You feel me? So
that's what it is, man. Talk your shit, yo. I want to thank you for coming to the culture, man. You got a dope vibe, bruh. We gonna have to make this a thing, man. You know, when you dropping any kind of music, anything going, man, you come through. You know what I'm saying? We chop it up, man. Bring you in, talk about current events. You know what I'm saying? We just I like your vibe, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So what you got next, man? What's coming up? What's next for Mookie Tolliver?
So I have actually 3 music videos. I'm actually writing a treatment for. One is for Love Me. The second one is going to be I just did a single called Closer. So this Thursday we actually meeting up, my team and I. We're meeting up and just getting everything situated. We're going to the venues and stuff, and then probably probably like mid-May or June. Sammy and we plan on shooting a video to WID. So so we actually finna get the ball rolling. I kind of fumbled when it came to marketing that, but now we want to make sure we market it the correct way this time.
Yeah.
I plan on bringing Dondria down to St. Louis sometime May or April or whatnot. I mean, I write a list of goals for myself that I got to try to hit every month. So it's just me just looking at my goal chart and just trying to complete everything. I also have a show coming up in St. Louis on March 20th. So if people want to like tap in with me, they can find me on social medias and they can get the address or whatnot and tickets. Yeah.
That's dope, bro. When all that drop, man, we gonna have to come through, man. You and Daria can come through. Because the joint is dope, super dope. You know what I'm saying, bro? Out the park, you got you another one, boy. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Talk your shit, bro. So with all that being said, what you want us to leave them with, man? To let them know who you is, how you get down, why you are for the culture, and why you belong here, man. What you want us to play? Talk your shit, man.
Hey, you can go ahead and play that Dondria record. You feel me? That forever. Because I mean, my pen game crazy on that. I wrote the entire record. It was a blessing as well. And it was dope to meet her. I met Alexis Branch along the way. A lot of people know who she is, and I got to meet Cassie, so it was like I met a nice little circle of great, beautiful people.
Yeah.
When it came to that, and I had a great bundle of people that went out there with me to support, to support everything. So shout out to actually Marty too as well. She did the hair and she did the makeup. So Marty LLC Styles on Demand. Shout out to her. And shout out to my video director, Telly, man. Telly 618. Make sure y'all, he one of the best. And my producer, who is Timothy.com, who produced that record. But that pen game crazy, you feel me? But the crazy thing about it is I like her verse more than I like my verse. And when I was on Twitter, I saw everybody reciting her verse. YouTubers did reaction videos to it. They was like really messing with her verse. I wrote that,
Look. It's a double bubble. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even know it. And it just shows your talent, bro. You know what I'm saying? To be able to write from another viewpoint, a lot of people can't do that, man. Like, Jay-Z wrote the whole song for Still Drake. He wrote Drake part, Snoop part, the whole thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. You feel me? That's that type of time you on, bro. So it definitely needs to be talked about. It definitely needs to be saluted, man. You know what I'm saying? You definitely one of them ones, bro.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, you already know, man. Again, I thank you for coming to the culture, man. We're gonna have to lock back in as always, man. I appreciate your time and your vibe.
Much appreciated, man. Much love, man. And I'm for the culture. You feel me? Shout out to you.
That's a fact. Definitely for the culture. I'm your boy, Big Wall, and this is Address the Culture. And like I always say, your culture makes you who you are, so make sure they respect it. We're going to catch you on the next episode. We out of here.
You did. You feel me?
I done made up my mind. Oh yeah. I figured this was a waste of time. Oh yeah. I think it's best we go our separate ways. Can't believe you let them come between us. How you take some advice from somebody that's single, someone who can keep a man? I really don't understand why you had to listen to your friends. Does he say, is she say? Why we can't work it out our way? Guess you said you was fed up, cause I was on a whole nother level.
Thought we'd be together forever and ever and ever. Guess not now. I done made up my mind, my mind. Figured this was a waste of time.
firm date.
All right, we see you later, girls.
Bye.
You know what? You got this. What's up?
Hold up, wait a minute. Before you get to lying and start pointing fingers. When you was the one out here running around like you're single. I thought that we had something special. Guess we was on different levels. You should've told me what you wanted when I met you. All of this he say and she say. Should've did me right in the first place. Can't believe you did me so dirty. It hurt so bad in the worst way, and I can't stand it. No, no, no. The way you got me feeling so good. That we'll be together forever and ever and ever. Guess not now. Guess not now. I done made up my mind, my mind, my mind. Nigga, this was a waste of time. Waste of time. Thought we'd be together forever and ever and ever. Guess not now. I done made up my mind, my mind, my mind. Nigga, this was a waste of time.
It's all on you. All on you. I'm moving on, 'cause you did me wrong. Why you waste my time?
My time.
I just can't go on.
Thought we'd be together forever and ever and ever. Guess not now. No. I done made up my mind, my mind, my mind. Nigga, this was a waste of time.
This was a waste of time.
We about to dress the coach. Yeah, we about to dress the coach.